New West Press presents Cobra Clutch, written by A.J. Devlin and narrated by Dan Conde. Dedication for Leonard Schrader. Cobra Clutch. Co-bra clutch. Noun. Verb. Used with object. 1. Professional wrestling submission move. Also known as an arm trap half Nelson sleeper. The wrestler stands behind the opponent and uses one arm to place the opponent in a half Nelson. The wrestler then uses his free arm to pull the opponent's arm, the same arm to which the wrestler is applying the half Nelson, across the face of the opponent. The wrestler then locks his hand to his wrist behind the opponent's neck to make the opponent submit or lose consciousness as the carotid artery is cut off. 1. Some asshole kidnapped my snake. That sounds like a hell of a case. I'm serious, man. So am I. You don't believe me? Not really, no. I thought you would. That's why I came to you. Just so I'm clear, by kidnapped, you mean someone actually stole your pet snake? Yes, and her name is Ginger. The snake or the kidnapper? The snake. Are you sure Ginger didn't, slither off somewhere? I'm sure. Seriously, who put you up to this? I can't believe you think this is a joke. It was my cousin, wasn't it? You know what? Forget it. I took another sip of my banana milkshake and glanced around the Dairy Queen in search of an accomplice. You're videotaping this, right? Declan wouldn't go to all this trouble and not get this on camera. Johnny slammed his fist down on the table. Damn it, Jed! I'm not screwing around here! All right, take it easy. I believe you. About goddamn time. You have to admit, it's not the easiest sell. I'm also not sure which is more disturbing, the fact that someone went to the trouble of kidnapping your pet snake, or that you actually named a reptile after a Spice Girl. My old friend smirked despite himself. You're an even bigger smartass than I remember. Fair enough. Now, why don't you take me through this thing from the top? Johnny plucked a crinkled photo out of his wallet and handed it to me. In the picture, he was leaning against the turnbuckle of a professional wrestling ring with a yellow python with brown patches draped over his shoulders. That's my baby, he said. I can see the resemblance. Eh? I pointed at the tattoo of a yellowish-brown python spiraling around one of his sinewy forearms. Oh yeah, I got inked for Ginger's birthday a few months back. I've had her for 3 years now, Jed. I make my entrances with her around my neck and keep her ringside during my matches and everything. I can't wrestle without her. Any idea why someone would want to take your snake? I asked, handing back the photo. Christ, I don't know. You're the private investigator. I'm a bouncer, Johnny, not a PI. That's not what I've heard. My old man is the one with the license. I just help him with some of the legwork from time to time. So do some legwork for me now and help me get Ginger back. You should have seen the cops this morning, man. They laughed at me while I filled out the theft report. I'm sorry, bub, I replied earnestly. I can't help you. Johnny gripped my forearm as I stood. Baton Rouge, man. My heart skipped a beat. That was a long time ago. You owe me. You sure you want to play this card? I am. I got nowhere else to go. I took a deep breath, my mind scrambling to find an alternative solution. I know some excellent private investigators. Why don't I give you some referrals? So they can laugh at me too? No, I want you. I sat back down. Johnny let out a huge sigh. Thank you, Jed. Thank you so much. I sucked back on my milkshake until the straw made a slurping sound. Some people complain about Dairy Queen and say they don't make quality shakes. I say that's bull. They're the only place that mixes their syrup with real bananas, and that makes all the difference in my book.